We're going to meet around 10 o'clock in the morning. We'll spend an hour in the studio at Hamlin. And then we're going out to do a walk, which is a walk that essentially goes on Berry Avenue toward Western, along the north branch of the Chicago River for a while, toward Diversey, and then to explore that whole neighborhood that is Lathrop Homes. We'll be talking about some architects, the landscape architect Jens Jensen, who designed that space, and to experience that, what it's like to be in that park area. There's a whole history, there's conflict history that's involved in it. There's two people who have lived in that neighborhood, they're friends of mine, that I'd like to meet. I'd like all of you to meet. And we'll be using a little filter, a set of directives of what to collect. For example, collect 3 different time signatures, 3 different durations or speeds. Write 3 sentences. There'll be some time just to sit and write. I'm hoping we can walk in silence for most of the time, but certainly there will be times for conversation. When we get back into the studio, maybe around 3:30 or 4 o'clock, we will collate those ideas that we've collected and try to make some kind of a performance, maybe a 10-minute round-robin structure, which we can devise on our own of how we will share or how we would communicate with the world the ideas that we collected. It's a response to neighborhood. I think the key words are neighborhood, embodiment, how our bodies interface with the world. What I wanted, place, how our bodies experience time and space, and there's something about the getting in touch with the spirit of places. I wanted to teach you an exercise that Nana Scheinflug taught me many years ago that's really continued to be my daily practice. And it has something, and I've expanded it to have something to do with direction, with north, south, east, and west, up and down, and those kind of 6 cardinal points that the body, the human body, is in relationship to. So there's some of that that's involved in this walk as well. We have 1 minute.
Can you speak briefly to, you keep sharing the words body. There is a body for the body. I've received a lot of questions from interested individuals around whether or not the capacity of their body can meet the capacity of what's being asked in a class.
Yes.
And I'm wondering if you can speak to that.
You do not need any performance or art history training technique. I guess the requirement is that you can walk. Hamlin Park is not ADA or wheelchair accessible, so that may be the one requirement. Yeah, wear comfortable clothes. Bring a notebook. Bring a sack lunch. And maybe there's more about this that we'll write about.
I can share some more of that on the website for these classes. Also, all of the Friday dance boxes are, due to their nature, just limited in attendance. So we're asking people to RSVP for these rather than just drop in with all the other classes. Just an FYI. One last question. The gym is rooted in asking oneself what nourishes joy in me and what nourishes joy in you. Bryan, what nourishes joy in you?
Yes, certainly other people, this connection with other bodies, and in all of its forms. I think I don't know if I have a lot of I think I have joy almost constantly, but it's always tempered, and it's a conflicting relationship. I think I'm always somehow happy, but always stressed about something or other, because what happens with the body is, or I haven't figured that out yet. I haven't figured out that point of being in total bliss about being in the world. I think there's just so much, it's a lot about conflict resolution, and I like that. I like solving problems, and I like work. So, but I have to say, the thing that makes me most happy is people, being with other people. I tried living alone for a while, and then at some point I was just found myself at the kitchen table saying out loud to someone that wasn't there, "I'm lonely." I said the words, "I'm lonely," and then I thought, I should connect with. Then I think that was an indication to me that I need other people in my life.
I wanted to say, just when we were talking earlier this morning about, for me, a lot of joy comes from the act of rejoicing. Something actually I
love that you use the word act.
Yeah.
That it's an act, right? I can act happy.
Well, it's an action. Not an act. It's an action of rejoicing that nourishing joy.
This is good.
Is the action of rejoicing, like work, putting your hands in the soil, or I'm lonely, bringing people close. There's an action, or it's rejoicing.
Well, this is good because this is going to be a long discussion now. We're almost 8 minutes.
Time.
But so that's the question for the workshop. Then will be, what is the difference between really being and acting? I mean, I think, and that's not just for performance world theory. Not. But I think it's a real thing about somatic studies. Is even just the language that we use around that, being joyful or acting.
It's not an act like I put it on joy. That's not what I meant by it, or that's not what I intended.
See language.
Language. I'll
say this one thing. We're born with movement, but language is like a cybernetic implant that's stuck in there when we're like that code of the alphabet when we're 9 months old.
It also helps bring us together.
That's a good thing, yeah.
The
Technologies are good, and so is this little video, another form of technology.
All right, thank you, Bryan. July 7th, Friday, July 7th at Hamlin Park.
10 to 5-ish, something like that,
And you can check the website for some more detailed information about things you mentioned, and also to RSVP for this particular class.
And on July 4, a few days before, we'll meet here in this yard, you'll see this.
I can do a quick span.
Oh yeah, you can do a span. Well, I don't know, we should have cleaned up the yard, but anyway.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead and span. For a potluck and a gathering.
Friday, July 4th.
A gift circle and a song circle. We'll start a little fire here. Or a little, not this wood pile here behind me, but a small contained fire that will warm ourselves, or at least bring us to gather us around.
And all are welcome. People, all the friends, family. That particular event is not in any way restricted to just people who are holding a gym membership. So we'll be here together, eating, celebrating. Thanks, Bryan.
Thank you,
all right.
Jessica.